Hi, I'm Jackson Huecker. For my Chapter 4 presentation, I'll be talking about the moon, more specifically its cycles, and how to easier visualize them. The moon has 8 phases, 4 long and 4 short. So to make it easier to understand for both you and for me, I've visualized it like a football game in this presentation. Now, before the game even starts, you have the new moon, where the moon is not visible at all. And the first quarter of the football game begins when the moon becomes slightly visible from the right side in that classic crescent moon shape known as a waxing crescent, and the waxing crescent becomes more and more visible until half the moon is lit up. This crescent phase lasts just under 6 days and is the entire first quarter of the football game. In the break between the first quarter and the second quarter, we have the phase called first quarter, where the moon is exactly half lit up and it only lasts for about a day. Once that day is up and the moon reaches over half visibility, this is considered the waxing gibbous period and lasts until the moon is fully illuminated, with it also lasting about 6 days, just like the waxing crescent was. Halftime happens when the moon hits full visibility, better known as the full moon, and lasts right under a day, just like the first quarter phase. The second half of football begins when the moon becomes less than 100% visible, starting with the inverse of the waxing gibbous, the waning gibbous, where instead of gaining visibility, the moon loses visibility, with this period lasting just under 6 days. Now, once only the left half of the moon is visible, that's the end of the third quarter of football and the beginning of the third quarter phase of the moon cycle, lasting just less than a day. The final quarter of football begins when the moon reaches less than 50% visibility and takes on its waning crescent shape. This period lasts just under 6 days, much like the other quarters of football, and it ends when the moon is no longer visible at all in the night sky. When the moon is no longer visible in the night sky, the new moon phase is reached once again, marking the end of the current cycle and the beginning of a new one. The football game is over for us, but not for the moon. For the moon, there is no game. This cycle never stops. This cycle has repeated itself ever since the moon started orbiting the Earth. I hope that this analogy made sense to you and that you enjoyed watching the video, and maybe you gained new insight into how the moon phases work and how long they last. Thank you for watching.